as we sort of wind down on these coaching reflection questions, I got one to sort of play devil's advocate. Do you think you can almost over-analyze your own coaching? Do you think you can think about it too much and get caught up in it? If you do, which I see you nodding, at what point is that line? And then, like, where do you draw the line between, no, I am overthinking this, I need to be a bit more relaxed about everything?
I think, yeah, it's like paralysis by analysis. So yeah, don't beat yourself up. Don't think, right, did I do on this session? Did I do that? It's like, it's a general thing. So like we haven't I talked about the infusing in terms of the rugby side of things. I think that's where people can look at. Obviously, there's quite a lot of debate, and obviously there's so much social media out there about sort of drills versus games and letting them play and beating yourself up. If you do a drill, it's like, I must be the devil, I must be the worst coach because you're not allowed to drill anymore. Like, don't beat yourself up. Like, if a kid has not ever passed a rugby ball, you have to show them how to pass a rugby ball, and you have to drill it because it takes repetition. And if they've got a bad habit, to get out of that bad habit, they've got to constantly do something. If you're tackling, to be safe, for the kids to be confident, you're going to have to drill, okay? But yeah, if your whole session is a drill, that's not great either, because whoever it is, adults or kids, they want to enjoy it, and generally people like enjoying games. So, but yeah, so don't beat yourself up on, oh, I did a drill, should I have done that? But likewise, don't just play games just because everyone says, oh, we should play games. It's like, actually, you've got to play worthwhile games. Otherwise, right, the kids are just on a lunch break. Like, you're the coach, you're there. It's like, can't just go, there's a ball, go and do what you want. What's the point? They can do that at lunchtime. They don't need you there to be that. So yeah, so don't beat yourself up. And just have little things that I hadn't thought about that. Like, sometimes the timings of like how long you're doing something for, just keep that in mind. And I think, again, as a coach, our aim is to make players and teams better. It's not like, if they just want to have fun, they turn up and there's a ball and they can go do what they want. And you have coaches because teams and parents and clubs want the teams to get better. So how are you making those players better? So again, it's one of it. If a child keeps dropping the ball, don't just say, stop dropping it. Are you able to recognize why they're dropping it and fix it? And I think that's the ultimate thing as a coach. We want to make teams and individuals better. And if you're doing that, you're doing all right. Yeah. If you're not, then have a look at why not. Actually, your rugby knowledge is really good and your drills are really good, but all you do is moan at the players and you stand there and you're really negative and they get the Whereas actually, or you're a bit more positive because your rugby is really good. Or actually, you're so positive, enthusiastic. That's where maybe a mentor comes in. Go and speak to someone that might know a little bit more about rugby, about something. They keep dropping the ball, how can I improve it? And it's like, yeah, because your language and your body language is brilliant. You just got to improve your sort of coaching methodology.
It's so simple, isn't it? But I think that line that your job or role, if you're an amateur, is to make players better, I think is sometimes so often overlooked. But yeah, I think that is epitomised perfectly. Yeah. And probably something that every coach should use. Am I making that player or group better? But I think that summarises things quite nicely.